Hi all, my name is Toby. I'm a 22-year-old aspiring adult. I'm working in what is supposed to be Pittsburgh, but right now it's remote. And I recently just graduated college. Right now, I'm losing my mind.
A few moments later.
Hi all, my name is Toby. I'm a 22-year-old aspiring adult working in what is supposed to be Pittsburgh, but as of now, it's remote. The last 2 years overall have been a series of rather large life events. I graduated college in August 2019 and then immediately began working full time. So, I guess in the span of 2 years, my self care routine has changed simply because my environment has. If you couldn't tell, this is one of my current self care exercises. Between battling anxiety over the future to dealing with a rather stubborn case of imposter syndrome, I got curious about the fundamentals of mental health and what self care is. And after a bit of research, I found the general definition online. Basically, self care is any activity that we do to deliberately take care of our mental, emotional, or physical health. That sounds almost comically simple, but if you've had a dance with life, you'll realize it's kind of difficult and it's also very easy to overlook steps or signs. We can add more chaos to this by acknowledging that while humans tend to want to stay on a constant path, we're ever changing. So, our routines have to change with us as well. This includes some self care routines. On top of that, the older we get, the more we learn about ourselves and the world around us, and that makes life more complex. For example, I know when I was an undergrad, my self care routine consisted of not going to class and basically doing whatever I felt like during the day, which was usually nothing. When I was finally able to avoid Friday classes, my routine changed to going on long walks and watching anime and still doing nothing, but just on Fridays. This was how it was until I graduated. After I started my full-time job, I went out every so often to do stuff around the city. I joined a 6-month-long project with an organization called Ikasu that kind of required some effort, but overall was pretty enjoyable. And I started paying attention to stuff that I liked and stuff that I didn't like. The point is, I was always striving to do the minimal amount of work or nothing at all, and then deem this nothingness as self-care. I kind of felt bad and upset at myself because of this, like the whole concept of doing nothing. Because here I was, some voluptuous goddess with, life's potentials inside of me, and I was wasting it doing nothing. It didn't help that it seemed like everyone else's method of self-care just seemed so deep. But that kind of subsided when we were all forced to do nothing but wait. I actually started to feel good. I could now do my version of self-care every day. Then I found myself changing again as we continued to wait. Doing the thing that I just said humans are notorious for. Doing nothing just didn't sit right with me anymore. So I evolutionized my self-care again. I found even newer interests that could be worthwhile while still therapeutic, and did this all while we were amid a new stressor. I started working out more, I got into makeup, I found new trails and peaceful spots around the city, and then I kind of balled all of this up and curated a final routine of me basically dressing up and going somewhere. I also started this channel, which I think you should subscribe, by the way. It's not as if we have anywhere else to go, and you can join my growing crew of 100 plus subscribers. Anyways, after getting into my new zone of self-care, I started thinking about my previous methods of doing nothing. And I'm not really upset at myself anymore because, without getting too philosophical, the act of doing nothing is something in of itself. At that time, I needed that, and now I need this. In the beginning of this video, I told you about a definition of self-care I got on the internet. But after experiencing some drastic alterations to my metaphorical garment of self-love, I'll end with this statement. Self-care is whatever fills the gaps you need it to. Doesn't have to be robust or glamorous or large, but it should be yours, and it should leave you a little fuller than last time. So with that said, please take care of yourself. So as you can see, it's still raining a little bit. It was pouring a few minutes ago, but I still ordered food because self-care doesn't stop in the rain. But if you've seen me, you know that my hair is held down by Gatsby glue and Jesus. So we're going to definitely try to get our food, but we'll just try. We'll just try. Goodness gracious. And self-care day prevails. Look at that. Rain gone. We are still, oh Jesus. We are still in business.